The Caves and Cliffs Part 2, version 1.18, Experimental Snapshot 2 is out now, and we're going to go through all the changes that have been made. Also, we're going to see some amazing landscapes, and I'm going to be nitpicking a lot of stuff here because, you know, there's still things that I think should be improved. But we actually spawned right on a beach, and this is one of the changes. The beaches are now beachier, as Henrik mentioned, and what you're going to be getting is beaches that have more sand, or even beaches like this with no sand at all. But I just want to look immediately around here because we have swamps actually generating properly, and this looks like a pretty big one. I like that. Looks like we've got some shattered terrain. Yeah, about that. This is shattered terrain. These are not mountains. I have already been to the top of that one up there, and this is crazy, and this is a really big swamp. I like that. I like that this is a big swamp. So it means we have big biomes once again. But you know, the height of these is ridiculous, and you will never guess what biome this is. Even though we're way up here, top of a mountain, take a look at the biome. Plains. Shattered plains. Yep. And let's see how high this is right over here. It looks like this is partially desert as well, which is kind of weird. But here we are at the top of this shattered plains, and we are at Y233. That's nuts. This is the highest thing I've found in any of the snapshots yet. But let's look at what all of the changes are. One thing is, I have already noticed it here, and that is biome placement is a bit smoother and less noisy, fewer microbiomes dotting the terrain. Biomes tend to be a bit larger and less fragmented. I'm seeing that. I am absolutely seeing that, and I'm curious what this is. So let me just go down there. All right, it is gravelly hills. Now that is another one of the changes. We no longer have gravelly mountains, as they are not tall like the mountains are. Like, that's ridiculous there. So gravelly mountains is now just gravelly hills. Also, the old mountains is now extreme hills. So there's no confusion anymore. One thing that is bugging me is all of these ravines are filled with water. I would like to see more ravines without water, and I'm just wondering why. It seems we still have cave entrances with tons of water. Over here, looks like more that are filled. Yeah. And one thing also I've noticed is fewer cave entrances. Like, I mean, huge ones. That is another thing that they did change. So, yeah, we have cave entrances that are much, much smaller. Like, we've got this cave entrance, which I'd like to take a quick look in. I'm just wondering how this cave looks down here. And it looks like just a regular old cave, you know? But it's got that water level here. I wonder if they're gonna fix that, because I'm seeing that a lot around here. Is there water down there? No, doesn't seem to be. Now this is a massive beach, and yes, this is a beach biome. I checked. Not a desert. That is huge. But if we go over here, now you can see, oh, that's interesting. What is this? Is this it's a cave entrance? Nope, it's not at all. Just looks like it's a little depression there. But this is the meadow. Now there has been a change with meadows. One thing is blue orchids should no longer be here. This is not blue orchid, is it? That's not blue orchid. No, I don't think it is. No, that's cornflower. So yeah, there's no more blue orchids because they're a swamp only thing here. Also, sheep now spawn in meadows, and more rabbits and fewer donkeys. Yeah, so that is another change here with the meadow. Yep, there are some sheep. I like this change. I think this is an improvement. We get more sheep higher up in the mountains, which will be so much easier if you're building in the mountains. Otherwise, it's kind of difficult to get them, isn't it? Also, if I can find any, but there, over here in this meadow area, we can find lone trees. And hold on, does this one have a beehive on it? Doesn't look like it does, but I think this one does. Yes. So beehives are going to be spawning occasionally on trees in meadows, and they are usually by themselves, not in forests. All right. This is absolutely amazing. Got this incredible snowy valley coming down here. I mean, it's deep. Look at these mountains. Oh, this is amazing. Okay, so if you want to know, we are at 986, negative 1953, and let me find out the seed. There it is. You can check out that. If you're interested in taking a look at this area, this is incredible. That is one thing. Biomes are supposed to be larger now, and we've got this crazy looking Dripstone cave. Nice. So caves are interacting a lot less with the surface now. So you won't find the Lush caves or Dripstone caves very easily on the surface. But sometimes they do, and here we go. This is perfect. We got a nice Dripstone cave. This is amazing. And I've noticed that there are a lot of mobs in here. Let me just check the light level here. And it is, of course, 0. So mobs in first experimental snapshot, they only appear, they will only spawn if the light level is 0. So that is really good. I really like that. It's going to make moody lighting a lot better in builds. But I just wanted to check out this valley here, because this is incredible. Can you imagine coming through the valley and just looking up at these mountains? And you can continue on through there. Those are the meadows. And like, this is amazing. I love how this looks. Mojang, you're doing an amazing job with this terrain generation. And I like how there are several mountains around here. Not just a single one coming up out of the ground. But we've got these mountain valleys that are impressing me. And it keeps going. Looks like a flower forest over there. But it looks like the... whoa, a little bit of lag there. It looks like the biomes are integrated far better than they used to be. I don't see any jungles around here, which is probably a good thing. And this is... wow. The caves around here are incredible. Just take a quick look down here. There's... oh, hold on. This is a dripstone cave that is pretty close to open to the surface. That's a little odd. Mojang, take note. That's a little bit strange there. But it looks like we've got more dripstone here. Man, that's a little bit weird to have dripstone here. I don't think that is quite right down in the open. This is not a ravine. This is a cave system. And that is just amazing how it looks. Wait, that looks like a ravine. But it could just be... yeah, I think that might be a ravine. Yeah, it is. It is. It continues on in this direction. Oh, that's amazing. But, yeah. I've got a few other things to find. This terrain just absolutely lags my computer. But just the fact that we've got these mountains going off in the distance. We've got a mountain chain here. And that looks like a ridge. That's just amazing. And I should mention that I didn't mention it before, but the maximum height is between 220 and 260. So this one's 194, but Yeah, it is 194, right? Yeah, it is 195 actually. So you can get some really tall mountains. We did see some shattered ones, but between 220 and 260, that's rare, but you can find it. Imagine being down in this valley, coming over and finding ice spikes. Yes, the ice spikes biome is back, and oh, I was just lucky to find this one. Another one that's back is Eroded Badlands, so I would like to go find that as soon as I finish talking about the mountains. As far as emeralds and infested stone go, they will now generate in the new mountain biomes. In the first experimental snapshot, they didn't. Also, ore veins are slightly larger now, which is quite nice, and they're more frequent. So very few people seem to actually find them in survival, so it was not easy. And here we are, an island of eroded badlands. But this is weird. Let's go underwater. These eroded badlands are floating. I don't think that was intended, was it? That is strange. I think they might be attached to something down there over here, but some of it is just floating in the water. Yep. Just very unusual terrain generation here. So, Badlands are still not generating as a distinct biome, just basically terracotta on a hill. I want the old Badlands back, you know? But here's jungle and more Badlands. This is weird. We've got this jungle along with... what? Snowy jungle. With Badlands right here, which is very odd. And a very snowy mountain. Great. This jungle's covered with snow as well. Okay, so yeah, they still need to work a lot on the terrain generation and biomes generating in like appropriate locations. Yeah, a snowy mountain with just surrounded by jungle is kind of odd. I think that could be improved, definitely. Now we're underground in a beautiful lush cave with a mine shaft, which is quite nice. But there's something interesting that I have noticed now. You know how we used to have these different levels of water with a strange floating bridge of stone? Well, that floating bridge is no longer. Isn't that nice? Although there is something weird going on there, but... that has definitely improved. I'm happy about that. I'm searching for spawners right now, but I came across this incredible looking lake. This is huge. And yeah, it looks like we don't have the floating stone, but we do have, well, a way for the water to go through. But this is massive. Big cave system, big underground lake system. That would be an amazing place to build, I think. Now if I can only find a spawner, which unfortunately has been quite difficult. Looks like I'll have to settle for one of these guys. So, cave spider spawner. They have changed the light levels for spawners, well, at least for the mobs to spawn, and that is now up to 11. So they can actually spawn when it's pretty light, which is actually a lot more challenging now. So you really have to light the place up. I mean, like right now, the light level is block level 6. So if we grab ourselves, let's say a torch, let's just torch this place up a bit. And if we just place that here, so this should be light level 14, right? So if we just go over here, just a little bit, just right over here, let's check light level is 10. So they can still spawn right there, that close. You have to spam the whole area. And there's diamonds here. Oh, we got diamonds there too. Nice. So you need to really light things up now. And that is going to make making mob farms with spawners a bit more challenging. And speaking of larger biomes, there's not much other than these couple of islands. That's nice. Although I believe there is some land. Well, there's some land near that island over there, which is that weird floaty, eroded Badlands. I do want to check out a couple more biomes, but there are a couple of things that should be mentioned. Structures should now be generating in the proper biomes, because I have seen one where an igloo was generating on the side of a mountain in like a plains biome, and there we've got a nice shipwreck and some continental land here, which is looking pretty good. And look at the size of the beaches here. These are massive beaches. So if you like the beach life, then you can make these humongous beachfront areas, which is actually a lot more natural, because beaches can be huge. In 1.17 and before, beaches are pretty narrow, really. And I like this change. I needed to check if we still had Shattered Savanna, and we do, but like with a lot of the other biomes, we still have the integration with other biomes to worry about here. We have a jungle that's growing right up next to it, and there's snow right between them. That's just weird. I don't think that should be there. So that is another thing that should be fixed, hopefully, by 1.18. There's some snow there again, because Shattered Savanna should be warmer, right? And again, there's more. Looks like we got a swamp over here, too. Hold on. That's a little unusual. Oh, this is jungle. Okay. One thing I haven't noticed is any villages. I haven't seen a single village. Huh. I'm going to check and see if they are. Oh, there's a temple, a desert temple, and that is generating in the correct place. But if you saw my video on the Experimental Snapshot number 1, you'll have noticed that villages are generating in the wrong biomes. So desert in plains, plains in desert. It just mixed up. But let's see if there is a village around, because I haven't seen one at all. And we do have a village. It's a desert village in a desert, which is nice to see, but it doesn't look like a very big desert. Oh, we've got another desert temple there. And it's next to one of the odd Badlands. Again, we need proper Badlands. From the ground, everything feels a lot more Minecrafty, doesn't it? But we still have some amazing terrain, and I can't wait to explore it when 1.18 comes out. So let me know what you find to be a little bit strange about this experimental snapshot in the comment section below. And also, what do you like about it? If you like the video, then please give it a thumbs up, and if you're interested in seeing more Minecraft videos from me, then please consider subscribing. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.